All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. I am. Luna went on a walk with me. It's the first time in 2 days. She's been a little hesitant lately, and it's a nice, cool, was it 72, 73? So I want to start with a cup of coffee. Mm. So on my walk, I was thinking about what I should talk about on my video today, and I thought back to looking over my past videos and seeing where interests lie. And one of the areas that interest seems to lie is concerns about artificial intelligence in our world and what it will do to us as far as impacting us. So let's talk about that for a little bit. I'm going to find a couple of podcasts that Lex Fridman did about 2 months ago. He had on a very intelligent gentleman who was concerned about AI, and he had another gentleman who was also very concerned, and but it, um, and concerned in making sure it proliferated because he thought it was going to be a really helpful thing for all of us. So concern and optimism was basically, I think Lex did a great job at selecting two gentlemen that had very different viewpoints. I'm going to look at it from uh, 2 points of view for me. One is I'm a programmer, so I'm going to look at it from a programming point of view. And then I want to look at, well, let me do three because it's programmer, father, and I'm going to look at it from being old. So, from a programming standpoint, it's already been a big boon to me. The biggest thing that I've enjoyed about it is it doesn't do exactly what's needed for the job to be completed, but it will create the infrastructure for me to start my projects and start doing stuff. The other thing that it's really good at is comments, adding data checks, and unit testing. Now, these are not things that are necessary for to get the job done. What they do, however, is make the final code more maintainable, easier to understand, and with the unit testing, put in safeguards so that modifications are made later. It will help. Geez, I got flies again. Flies. Need to turn the fan on while I'm out here. Anyway, I'll hold on to my coffee so the flies can't get it. The uh, the, the that kind of changes is makes me my output of code higher quality and more usable both by people that want to modify it and support it. So it's making my job, I'm going to use the word easier, but it doesn't really make it easier. It makes the stuff that I should be doing that really pulled me away from, well, I'm going to say it lets me focus on the stuff that is really important. Uh, Getting the job done, getting it done accurately, lets me really focus on that. And it kind of safeguards me a little bit in areas that I should also be doing, but I'll face it, commenting my code correctly is something I only do when I'm not getting pushed by management about emergencies and getting other stuff done. And you know, if you're getting pressured a lot by management, I'm sorry, commenting code doesn't populate up high. And when you do pull request reviews with people, they're not going to stop your pull request because of comments. So anyway, there you go. It's making me a better, more productive. I don't want to say better programmer because it really doesn't. That does make me a little bit better because sometimes it shows me things that are I didn't think about. So it does make me a little bit better programmer, but it makes me much better productive programmer, making better software for my customers and my clients. I like that. So that's the truth. That's actually what's happening. So the second thing was as a parent. This is where I have the most concerns about AI because how it will impact things 10 and 20 years down in the future is probably a bigger concern for my kids than it is for me because I probably won't be either here anymore or I won't be working anymore, something like that. So let's talk about as a father. As a father, I'm a little more optimistic person than pessimistic. So I look at this a little bit more optimistic than some people do. As a father, the biggest concern you have is when your children are not around for you to take care of, when they're out on their own. When my daughter, who's the oldest of my kids, went out to begin her treks in the car, I had concerns. It worried me. When she was not inside my house, I was worried about her. AI has the ability, has the ability to help us navigate this world because it has accumulated facts and information from people that have experienced the world. And that's kind of what us parents pass on to our children. I'm not worried about AI replacing parents. I'm happy that AI can be there for our kids when we cannot. So I look at AI a little bit differently insofar as um, when they can't, they don't know the information and I'm not there to guide them, they'll probably turn to AI give them at least a start in the right uh, place. I like that. I'm not worried about the AI misguiding them. I'm not worried about the AI sending them down the wrong path. Why? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I think we'll have some choice in the AIs. And like my dog Luna is my dog. She loves me. She does things for me. I trust her. I think we'll select AIs based on that as well. The worst thing that any company out there wants would happen to them is if they produced an AI that worked for them and not for the person using it. And as long as we have choice, I think that will help us greatly in making this a beneficial thing to all the kids. All right, last point, and as you can tell, I'm kind of an optimist. I'm not as much a pessimist. I encourage you to listen to both of those videos from Lex. Um, the last thing is that um, as a person that's older, I don't want to be a burden on my children, mostly because I know they would abandon almost anything to take care of me and do what's best to ensure I had a quality life. And that's not what I want them to do. I want them to have a quality life for themselves and for their children. Having a quality life for themselves and their children, to me, is way higher than them taking care of me. Don't get me wrong. Love my children, love being around them, love hanging out with them, love doing things with them. But I want them to have most of their energy and efforts toward their children and themselves than with me. To that end, I know that as I get older, my cognitive skills will diminish and my physical skills will diminish. And it encourages me that there will be a possible program or programs that will help guide me when my cognitive skills fail. So, oh, and I'm hoping for a robot to help me when I need somebody to help me get dressed in the morning or get me out of the bed. And like Luna takes me on walks right now, maybe my robot can take me on walks when I get older. So there you go. As you can tell, I think AI is going to be a huge benefit to the areas I'm concerned with in my life. There are areas that I could see AI causing problems. People with that have done like customer support or some of the skills that are maybe better served by a chat bot. They've got to find something else. And I'm hopeful that the AI will open up jobs and open up areas that they may not have had the uh, skill sets to go do. These will help them enough where they can get in those better paying jobs and stuff like that. That's a hope. I have no data to support that, and it's way too early, I think, for anyone to say what's going to happen with that. But as Peter Zion once said, it's going to be slow. We're not going to jump on this as fast as everybody thinks we are. Minerals need to be mined. They need to be refined into the copper, aluminum, magnesium, lithium in order to get the different areas refined. Chips have to be made. Structures have to be put in place. This will take decades for it to be a bit bigger impact than outside certain uh, centralized metro areas to move it past. So it's going to take a while. It may be, we may go faster than we have in the past, but it's still a slow development over time. So you'll have plenty of time to worry or see things as you keep going. Um, and I hope that my optimism is rewarded with uh, everything I've discussed. And I'm hoping that you can find some optimism. And pessimism is not a bad thing. If you're pessimistic about things, like I mentioned before, we need to have these AIs spread out at least enough where we can select good actors for us. I don't want everybody to have the Luna because Luna's my dog and she does things for me. Same thing. All right. That's been a long talk and the flies are still after my coffee, so I'm going to end it right there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Luna and I are going to enjoy the morning, and I'll talk at you later. Bye for now.